valedictory session of this ICSSR sponsored one-day national seminar on understanding Northeast India issues and challenges. The session there's been a slight change in the schedule. Professor Mahandra P. Lama, who graced the inaugural session as the keynote speaker, is now the session chair of the valedictory. Professor Lama, may I invite you to the stage, please? I invite our valedictory speaker, Shri Anshuman De, IAS, Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Development of Northeast Region, Government of India, to please join us on the stage. Shri Anshuman De, please join us on the stage. And I invite Professor S.K. Jain, convener of the seminar and nodal officer of the Northeast Student Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh Evening College, to please join us on the stage. Please give a huge round of applause to our dignitaries. We will start by welcoming our valedictory speaker, and I request Professor S.K. Jain to present the bust of Shahid Bhagat Singh to Shri Anshuman De. Yes. Please give a huge round of applause as the iconic bust of Shahid Bhagat Singh is being given to sir. I request Professor Mahandra P. Lama to please give the ceremonial shawl to Shri Anshuman De. The ceremonial shawl is our token of gratitude related to also the theme of the conference. Please give them a huge round of applause. Audience, please look alive. This is a very important session. I request Ms. Seema Chaudhary to welcome Professor S.K. Jain with a ceremonial shawl. Our dearest conference convener, Professor S.K. Jain, being felicitated by Ms. Seema Chaudhary, who is the member of organizing committee and assistant professor of commerce at Shahid Bhagat Singh Evening College. Thank you. To introduce to you Shri Anshuman De, he is a 1997 batch Indian Forest Service officer of the Tripura cadre, currently serving as Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, New Delhi. He has also held the additional charge as Secretary of the Northeastern Council, Shillong, from March 2024 to March 2025. In his current role, he oversees key flagship schemes of the ministry, including PM DEVINE and various initiatives under the NEC. He is the current chairman of Northeastern Regional Agricultural Marketing Corporation Limited, a central public sector undertaking. He is actively involved in sectors such as MSME, water resources, forestry, agriculture, and allied areas. Mr. De has significant experience in leveraging satellite data for planning and implementing land-based interventions. As the head of an externally aided project in Tripura focused on sustainable catchment forest management, he successfully applied geospatial technologies for field-based actions. Mr. De has also contributed to program management in agro and rural industries, particularly in the promotion of khadi, village industries, rural industrial clusters, and urban development. Mr. De has played a key role in submitting the report of the Interministerial Task Force on Agricultural Growth and currently leads the steering group for promoting agarwood cultivation in the northeastern region. In addition, he has chaired two major interministerial committees, one on achieving self-reliance in animal-based proteins and another on the integration of Industry 4.0 in the manufacturing sector, including logistics enhancement in northeastern states. As Secretary NEC, Mr. Day has guided the formulation of NEC Vision Plan for 2047, setting the long-term development trajectory for the region. We are truly honored to have you with us today, sir, and I hand over the stage to Professor Mahandra P. Lama, the session chair.
Well, thank you very much. I think now we are towards the end of this one-day, very inspiring, very engaging deliberations on the Northeast region. And we could see that we traversed from connectivity projects to insurgency, to history, to culture in just one day. And I think for the students, faculty members, and many of us, this kind of traversing in one day, that too in such a huge scale and so many themes, it would not have been possible if it was not Professor S.K. Jain and the principal here, Professor Atri, and all of you. And to do the final act of valedictory address, we have a very, very eminent bureaucrat, policymaker, and of course a very well-known hand on the Northeast region. Mr. Anshuman Dey has had a very brilliant career and has touched upon quite a few critical issues that really concern the Northeastern people. And he is actually a man from the Northeast region, in a very informal way, connecting the entire Indian policymakers to the Northeast region and trying to give an absolutely a transformative dimension to the Northeast region. I have personally had the opportunity to work with him in preparing the Northeastern Council's Vision Document 2047. We did a significant amount of work. Now, I believe his team is now finalizing the document. So I think we are going to hear from the horse's mouth as far as what is really happening, what his ministry and what Government of India at large would like to really do in the Northeast, in the larger context of first putting Northeast in the what you call it, growth, a new growth pole map of India. Secondly, open up Northeast to the neighboring countries and integrate with the Southeast and East Asian countries. And thirdly, in what way the youths, the soft powers in the Northeast and the women could be mobilized further to consolidate the process of both national integration and giving Northeast absolutely a new dimension of being the what you call the climate change studies capital of India, one, and secondly, a soft power capital of India also. So I welcome Mr. Anshuman Dey. So we would like to invite you to deliver the keynote address. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Professor Lama, for your kind words, and also I thank Professor Jain and Northeast Student Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh College to having invited me in this forum. It is always very refreshing for a bureaucrat to come and interact with academic community, particularly students. from the routine rigmarole of everyday bureaucratic businesses, it is a welcome change to withdraw from the daily chorus and then connect to the roots, basically, from where all of us emerge. So I'm very happy to see a galaxy of eminent thinkers sitting over here. I had the opportunity of listening to a couple of them speaking as well. And also a young set of young minds who are just listening to us. There could be a gap of generation, but then I think when we deliberate, participate in a discourse on such an important topic, I think we are on the same plane. I assume that most of us are quite tired, having attended the lectures one after another throughout the day, but a few points I'd like to nevertheless make. As it has been spoken that I have been working with Northeast, connected to the Northeast for quite some time now. Right from the day in Delhi University. I have been a student of Delhi University, by the way. I studied mathematics way back in 1988 to 1990. I post-graduated in 1990. And so I always consider it to be a homecoming when we visit Delhi University. But you remain so busy, and you hardly get any chance of visiting your own college. So this is one rare opportunity what I got. So I presently work in a ministry whose name is Ministry of Donor. It doesn't donate, but it's connected to development of Northeastern region. And development of Northeastern region doesn't have within its mandate much of the issues that has been spoken today about, like security issues, foreign policies and all those things. But they do form a panorama which we consider for devising a vision plan or policy for the whole region. So I was equally fortunate to have Professor Lama in my team. We could work together for about almost a couple of years now. We had been working with as many as 60 team of 60 experts. We have been working, we have been consulting with the states time and again, and in the ministries, with ministries also, and almost we are in the final stage of finalizing that policy. So a lot of insight we could gain after deliberations with Professor Lama and his team of experts. And I'm delighted that much of my work has become now easier after I saw Professor Lama sitting here. So since morning, he must have given you a lot of inputs regarding what is going on in the Northeast and how the current administration or the dispensation looks at it. So I'll try to add some few dimensions to it. Development of Northeastern region. We know there is a ministry now since the time of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee as Prime Minister. And before that, it was known as, the Northeastern Council, whose members, all the honorable CMs and governors of the Northeastern states and a couple of ministers and other people. And incidentally, the Honorable Union Home Minister is its chairman and Donor Minister is vice chairman. So it's a forum that always has been building the Northeast, I would say. Whatever iconic things that you see in the Northeast today, most likely it has been built by the Northeastern region, although it is no longer under the control of Northeastern region, and rightly so, because once you build up an institution and it grows up and tries to fly, it no longer remains with the parent, it goes. So you talk about NARIST, you talk about NISEC, you talk about whatever institutions, as many as 23 institutions are there which have been very well known in the northeastern region, but they are originally created by the Northeastern Council. Northeastern Council has been existing since 1971. And as a secretary to the Northeastern Council, I could see closely I could watch its functioning, and as well as I tried to improve many of the shortcomings that I noticed over the years. And many of the things have changed also present. So the Northeastern Council, you find, is quite modernized these days, and ready to face the challenges that the Northeast is facing today. Now, we have the topic today is understanding Northeast issues and challenges. I think today's generation have northeastern region more in social media and the national media attention than it had been during our time when we had been sitting on that part of the hall as students. Much of the discourse now centered around the northeastern region, welcome or unwelcome, both ways, good things, bad things as well, but it is there in the national discourse today. One thing that is most talked about is the connectivity and infrastructure. Now, connectivity has road, rail, air, and internet. These are the main dimensions of connectivity. As you know, those who have visited Northeastern region, I think almost all of you are from either Northeastern region or some way or the other connected to the Northeastern region, or have visited at least once or twice. It has been revolution for last 10, 12 years that Northeastern region's connectivity has improved so drastically, so significantly, that people no longer talk about the connectivity as the only issue. There are issues that will be emerging out of connectivity, but then road connectivity under various schemes, be it at the national highway level, be it at the village level, everywhere there has been tremendous changes happening. Rail connectivity, today we have trains going to Aizawl almost, Sairan. We have trains reaching almost Imphal, some kilometers short of Imphal. There has been efforts to reach Shillong also. So effort is from the side of the Government of India is not there. If it is still remaining, it is because of some local problems, difficulties, which we are together trying to address, solve. Central Government of India, various ministries, as well as the state governments together. We have in almost all the northeastern states very, very friendly governments, very, very progressive, forward-looking governments, and the Government of India in the various ministries also we are trying to work together. And in the Ministry of Donor, we also have a mandate to coordinate amongst the various ministries of Government of India as well as the states. We are a ministry, we do not have any specific area, subject assigned to us. We can talk to any ministry, we can talk to any states, and we are so close to the states almost on a daily to daily basis, or in many days, we speak several times in a day with the state governments. So that way, the Northeast was earlier used to be looked as a problem to be solved. Today, it is no longer there. The paradigm has shifted from a problem to be solved to a potential to be harnessed, to be explored. So that is the shift that has taken place during my lifetime, I have seen. Now, air connectivity, if we talk about, we see a lot of changes taking place. We got Gangtok connected to the mainstream air transport network. We have Holongi Airport. We have that Lengpui Airport being developed. We have Agartala almost have become an international airport. Many of the airport you see in Gopinath Bardoloi Airport, Guwahati, the huge infrastructure the other day is almost complete, about to be completed. I think it will be the best airport in the country. So that way we are trying to improve the air infrastructure in this country. Internet-wise, we are trying to universalize the 4G coverage and setting up 5G labs so that the advanced techniques of Industry 4.0, particularly those relating to medical services, can be together with 3D printing technology, can make the medical services lot easier and diagnostics much more affordable through this technology. So we are trying to doing that. We have a new scheme called Prime Minister Development Initiative in the Northeast. It's in the name of the Prime Minister. We are also taking up only big iconic projects in the Northeast under that scheme. We are building up Airport Road in Guwahati from Shivsagar Medical College, ropeways, Shillong ropeways, in ropeways in Skyworks in Shillong, in Meghalaya, then building up new capital of Meghalaya. As many as 41 projects, worth 6,600 crore we have taken up. Those are big projects, and we also have a list of other projects which we are working on. Problem of Northeastern region, the major one also is the short working window. I think half of the year it rains and half of the year only. So although it is given a 2 years time to complete a project, which is normally the case, road projects, it is given 3 years. And for construction project, it is given 2 years. But practically you have only 1 year, because these days now the rains have started. So earlier our Honorable Minister has made a system of reviewing every project every week. So we have to collect every Friday photographs, time-stamped, geotagged photograph from every project site from the same angle, and present before him every Monday. Now, because of rains, we have stopped for now next 3-4 months. We'll start monitoring from October, November. So that way we have much more challenging situation than we work in the mainland. We have a very short working window. And we had the capability in the Northeast of local agencies, local contractors taking up big projects. It was almost absent there. Now today we can find that if you go to the airport project or the road projects in front of the airport, I was pleasantly surprised to find a lot of local contractors taking up those works there. When I said that it was not there, how could you develop? I said that when the work flows so much into the region, there is so much of pressure from up. So we have no other choice but to increase our capability, procure equipments, and then go for touch the higher level of capabilities. So I met one contractor who was working on projects worth 1,800 crore rupees at that point of time. So it's quite heartening to see. And next is this economic development and employment. As you know, all the northeastern states is mainly agrarian societies. So the region cannot develop unless you make arrangements for adding adequate value to agricultural, horticultural, and allied products. You cannot simply just copy the developmental model of the mainland. You have it there. So you need to add value to the resources over there, particularly products like bamboo, agar wood, oil palm, and different states have different unique selling propositions like Mizo chili and ginger in case of Mizoram. Then in case of Nagaland, it is coffee. Then in case of Manipur, it is polo. In case of Arunachal, it is, I think, kiwi fruit. And in case of Meghalaya, it is lakadang turmeric. In case of Sikkim, it is organic product. In case of Tripura, it is queen pineapple. And in case of Assam, it is muga silk. So these are actually, we interacted with the states and told them, tell us one product which your state you would like to get identified with. And that way we came up with a number of such products. Now we are in constant dialogue with the states how to develop these products to such a level that we scale up its production and value addition and sell in the market to fetch manifold returns to the farmers and peasants. Oil palms have been taken up in a very big way in Mizoram and Arunachal, but there are issues in transporting those oil palms to the processing units. There are issues in which the equipments and infrastructure needs are there which are not yet fulfilled. So those things we are trying to address together in collaboration with the states. Bamboo, we had been talking for, I don't know, since the time I joined the service way back in 1997 until today. We are talking about how to develop bamboo, and workshops and seminars time and again we are holding. But actually the way it is to be taken up had not been taken up to the fullest. So we had been in discussion with the important players, online marketing companies like Amazon and All Time Plastics and agencies like that, to find out a model that suits the northeastern region best. And then based upon that, we went on newer models of collaborations with the agencies. So that way we had it running. Then for agar, actually, we have a huge market in Middle East. What was happening so far, in 96% of agar trees, Equilaria agalocha tree, that is used in high-end perfumes. So these are available only in the Northeast. 96% of agar trees grow in the Northeast, but their export or value addition has been almost negligible. A few number of people had been in the trade, and they had been importing agar from foreign countries and selling it in the name of value addition. The agar that is grown locally in the Northeast, so we, in a effort, or the ministry took the initiative, and we simplified the process of export, and also we made sure that this entire system moves from a very informal kind of arrangement, traditional, primitive kind of system, to a modernized and forward-looking kind of economy. The work had been going on for last about a year or so, and we'll soon see the fruit of development in a systematic manner and formalization. We are also putting a lot of effort in the form of developing a Northeast economic corridor. Border used to be looked as a liability earlier. Now we no longer look it as liability. We treat it as an asset. It's an opportunity. Border is an opportunity. And one way we are trying to develop all the bordering villages into a vibrant set of villages, forward-looking villages. At the same time, we are also in the hinterland of those villages. We are trying to develop growth centers through systematic, sustainable urbanization, so that whatever produce our farmers produce, we add value to it and sell it across the border. In the short term, it may appear that because of some of our neighbors, we have some not very conducive relationship maybe at present. But if we take a longer time horizon, that's a progressive step. And I think in the long run, we are going to have a vibrant kind of trade across international borders also. And not only that, this northeastern region can be a fulcrum of activities, particularly trade-related activities with the Southeast Asia and the entire region, that I think Professor Lama must have spoken at length about, including Northeast as a power pool, a lot of power generation potential, hydropowers, particularly with the Northeast, with the Arunachal Pradesh. We also had an innovation in the ministry by forming 8 high-level task forces. And the member of the task forces are none less than the chief ministers of the states. So one of the chief minister is the convener of the high-level task force, and other 2-3 chief ministers are its members. So there are 8 such high-level task force, each headed by the Honorable Chief Minister of one particular state. They have several rounds of meetings so far, and I think we have a clear-cut agenda of development is emerging, and soon we are going to compile it and make it available to all those who are interested in the development of Northeast, and an action agenda to work upon. You know, the peace initiatives have been many. Peace initiatives have been many. We have a total of 23 autonomous councils, besides the village councils and traditional councils in the Northeast. 3 of them already are implementing the memorandum of settlement signed by various groups as various accords on the peace initiative. One is Bodoland Territorial Council, another is Karbi Anglong, and the other is Dima South. We have also such projects, packages coming up for Tripura and Assam as well. So very soon we will be implementing those. And many of the autonomous councils are set up under Schedule 6 of Constitution of India, whereas many others are under the state legislations. So we also perhaps need to look at the autonomous councils who work with under the territorial, state legislation, under the state legislation. Environmental issue, if we consider, there has been a climate change, and the impact of climate change is felt in form of the various climatic issues that Northeast is facing. Every year, a lot of infrastructure is damaged due to landslide, mudslide, and things like that, and flood. So I think that requires all of us to look towards a multidisciplinary approach to the problem of solving the issue of flooding and landslide. It is not the work of Soil and Water Conservation Department or Irrigation and Flood Control Department, because the root cause of the problem doesn't lie on the place where it is affected the most, but it is somewhere else, like up in the hills where the catchment gathers the water, and then rainfall, and then the flood happens. We are working with a number of state governments to address these issues, particularly formulating a holistic river catchment development project, and to develop kind of biological and mechanical and biological structures to address those problems. The lot of traditional knowledges are there which needs to be compiled and harnessed and given proper recognition. You must have heard about Sohra, the recent episode of the event. I think all of us have heard about it. The Nogriyat village, they say that there is a living root bridge. So, but I think many of us do not know that this is not creation of nature alone. This double-decker or living root bridge is creation of man and nature together. The Ficus elastica, they call it the one ficus tree. It has many aerial roots. So what do they do? The local people, through their traditional knowledge, they guide the roots in such a manner that it helps in the long run. When it is fully matured, it doesn't require any engineering materials, engineering structure to cross the bridge, and the weaves in the bridge in such a manner. When it matures, after it takes 10-15 years to mature, after that it lasts for centuries together. So as many as, this is not the only bridge in Sohra, Nogriyat village. There are as many as 130 such bridges in those area of Meghalaya. So what I mean to say, these needs to be recognized and These may provide us a repository of nature-based solution that we talk about often. So this needs to be explored and documented. Then we have something called paddy fish cultivation. People cultivate fish, but then along with paddy, if they cultivate, then it is environmentally highly sustainable. And together with paddy also doesn't require any chemical fertilizers. It can be done. Then we have an example of creating a 1300 hectares of forest in Majuli Island. So Majuli Island, as all of you know, is a major concern because of its erosion. But there have been people from that locality who have been trying to establish a forest there and prevent the erosion. So those are the technologies. I cannot take the whole list of technologies, but there are technologies, there are insights, there are local wisdoms that are available, which we should document and then popular and then tell our development practitioner of modern day that see, Northeast hold the repository of very rich tradition and culture which can be utilized in solving modern day problems. I'm not going into the social and cultural dimensions because in that case I will need longer time and also separate interaction with you. But I'd finish with two more things that one particular aspect I'd like to emphasize, that today, unfortunately, the one most major concern, if you ask me, I'll take the name of incidence of doing drugs. In many of the states, the entire younger generation has very much vulnerable to this practice of taking drugs. And it is hollowing the society from inside. So I think as a conscious citizen, as a conscious guardian, all of us should put our heads together and try to fight the menace of drug peddling in the northeastern region. It may not, in our time when we had been students, the problem was not there. But when I interact with people, often go there, I find that this problem is becoming enormous proportions. Our Honorable Home Minister also said that make Northeast drug-free and flood-free, and rightly so, this clarion call he has given. So I think drug is a big problem, and we should channelize most of our efforts in finding solution to that. And also society should, particularly the teachers, should come forward and take the lead in that. I stop here. Thank you very much for hearing me out, and we look forward to such interaction. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I think nothing could have been much more inspiring and much more engaging than this, the speech, valedictory address by no less than a person who actually is the driving force in the Ministry of Development of Northeast Region, Mr. Anshuman Dey. And you could see, you could feel, and you could even perceive as to what the ministry has been doing. And I think we should all be with the ministry, because I think in the course of next 5 to 10 years, you will really see massive changes in what has been the so far a laggard Northeast region. So thank you very much, Mr. Dey, and over to the organizer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Warm thanks to Shri Anshuman Dey for his insightful valedictory address, and a very crucial intervention, if I may say so, because it helps us to put in perspective all the issues and challenges that we have heard throughout the day, and how we are actually factually moving forward in terms of executive changes in the lives of people in the Northeast. So thank you so much, sir. And thank you once again, Professor Mahandra P. Lama, for chairing this session. We are truly grateful to both of you for taking out, sparing the time for joining us. And Professor Lama, who's been here throughout the day, imbibing, if I may say so, the essence of all the presentations and enriching us with his observations. So thank you so much. I now invite Professor S.K. Jain to propose the formal vote of thanks.
At the end of the day and the end of the seminar, as usually it happens that crowd thins down, and particularly being this is not the academic session is on in Delhi University, so we don't have students here many, but still I really thank them that they have come in spite of having this break, summer break. So we are opening only on the 1st of August. So that is why the reason you don't find so many students. Otherwise, it would have been full to the strength. Now, let me thank formally and informally to start with. I think the man who deserves the most thank first in the order of the list is Professor Lama. Please give him a vote. Big. Since morning 9:30, he is here. Since morning 9:30, those we started the session very late. I mean, but then he is still here. He is continuing with his presence and giving his insightful, observations and everything. So I think the whole seminar, and not only that he is present, has been here, but this program of the seminar was somehow, I think I give credit to him to give this kind of panel, suggesting the name of the panels, the people who mattered or not his. And he is the one who said, these are the people you should invite. So I think that half of the credit of the seminar success if it goes to Professor Lama. Again, give it clap to him. Now, with that note, we begin though with missing two of our dignitaries, one chief guest and one guest of honor. Chief guest fall sick and he showed his inability to come. And so it happened with our guest of honor, former Chief Secretary of the Sikkim. This morning I got message he had to go to doctor and doctor advised him rest. So on health thing, you can't do anything. So we had to go without them. I mean, but then that somehow Sabyasachi, Mr. Sabyasachi Datta, I think he played a very another crucial role, and I really thank to him that he was there in the inaugural session and he made a very good speech and a very meaningful speech. And I think we are thankful to him on behalf of the Shaheed Bhagat Singh College and Northeast Student Society to start with. Now, with that, I am thankful to Krishna Das, morning nodal officer, who also been graciously here on the inaugural session to give a vote of thanks. Thank you, Krishna, for being here. Now, the first session, as we know, we had 4 speakers. One of them, of course, could not make it. Professor Sanjay Pandey, Dr. Autojit Chetrimayum, and then we have a Daritri Nursery, and 3 of them were here, they're present. And Sabyasachi was, of course, there to chair. So I thank all the Professor Pandey and Dr. Autojit and Dr. Dharitri for their presence and presenting the paper and make it a very meaningful seminar. Thank you very much to all of them for being here. Then we had another technical session where Madam Ms. Nandita Barua, thank you, ma'am. I think thanks a lot for you to chair and to give your observations on this panel, which you presided. Dr. Garimar Lal, Sri Manoj Lal, Mr. Al Kamai, and Dr. Mehdi Hussain, 4 presenters were there in the second technical session. And they all had a brilliant presentation papers. And I believe this audience really had a lot of things to learn, a lot of information to gather from their deliberations. So I thank all of them, Dr. Garima, Sri Manoj Lal, and Al Kamai, and Mehdi Hussain, for being here, presenting And a special thank to Mr. Manoj Lal. He too was at 9:30, and he is here since morning. And just see, he is sparing so much of time, making it so interesting. Your presence makes a lot of encouragement for our young student. Look at this IPS officer who was such a highest post of the Director General of Police, and he is sparing the time here. But his interest in academic shows. This is where I say the point is here, that so much of academically he is oriented now. And thank you, Manoj, for being. And another fact is that he is from my hometown. He is like my younger brother. So that's another way to thank you. You came here. Thank you very much. And then we have the valedictory session, which of course, Sri Anshuman Dey Saab. Thank you very much, sir, for your making it and coming and giving your valedictory address, and give a clap of thanks. And of course, for this whole arrangement, without the help and cooperation of our principal, Professor Arun Kumar Ratri, could not have been possible. So I would like to place on record my thanks on behalf of North-East Organization Society to our principal to making it possible, And one more thing to appreciate our principal, because this particular seminar hall, you can say auditorium, is just been, ready last year. Last year, I believe this year only. February 2025. And in his 2 years tenure, he made it possible. We didn't have this kind of arrangements earlier that we could think about having this kind of seminar or any other activities. But his vision of making college and giving facilities and infrastructure, as Professor Lama do appreciate it, that in a college, you don't see normally this kind of infrastructure, but he took initiative. That shows his visionary leadership, and that he is doing it. So I'm really thankful to our principal, and he encourages all academic activities apart from making college atmosphere very academic and teaching oriented. So I thank Professor Arun Atri also. Now, without the participation of our students and some of our colleagues who in part of this organizing committee, I really would like to place on record my sincere thank, heartening, to organizing committee members and my students, volunteers, who have made it possible, to execute this seminar to this level, and we are able to witness this seminar. So I thank all my students, particularly my student volunteers and the members of my organizing committee. I would like to thank them all. And I wish to say that the reason behind this seminar, as I said in the morning also, was that I have to be superannuated. I mean, I'm getting retired on 31st of July, another 5 days after. But then I took this initiative. I said, let me just make it clear that a teacher or academician never retires, right? That spirit should be there. And you can always do it. This should be always there. And I thought, all right, even I have to retire after 4 days, doesn't matter. Let me put it. Let me make it possible. And as a nodal officer of the Northeast Society in the college, also I wanted to do something for this society because I have been heading this society for the last 13 years. Normally, we used to have a cultural program and activities, but we decided this time, let's have this academic engagement. So I'm thankful to Northeast Academic Society, Northeast Student Society to allow me to continue for the last 13 years. And I'm really thankful to all my Northeast students also. And finally, I would like to say that nothing ends. I think this is the beginning of the end, and I'm sure my coming generations or the students and as well as my fellow teachers who are there now newly appointed will carry out this tradition in the future. And I hope to see as a former faculty, like some of our former faculty members came, and I would like to also place on record my thanks to former faculty members, those who are 75, 80. I mean, they took pain. They came in this morning, 4 or 5 of them, and they became part of this seminar. So I really thanks all of them. And all I would like to say, just let us continue this tradition, and I hope it will be there in the time to come, and I'll be able to witness them. With once last, that is the last, but not the least. The last And as I said, not the least, anchor, our anchor, Kalyani, Dr. Kalyani Rajan. Give a huge round of thanks, clap to her. As you have seen from the day, the beginning of the day, that she made every session so lively and so interesting that you kept your interest sustained. And I think it is one of the role of the anchor also here. So I really would like to thank Kalyani, Dr. Kalyani, and thank you so much, Kalyani. So with this word, I thank you everybody who is here, all my faculty members, all my former, one thank also I need to put on record. My former students, two of my former students just stand up, which is 2012, 2013, they were passed out. See, this is 2025. And I told you should come because in any way after this I will not be in this college. So they came after 13 years also. So that is, thank you, Madhuri, Himanshu, and Jung. All right, please sit down. So now this is all I have to say. So before saying thank you to all, I would like to place on record also names, few names which have been helpful to organize this committee. Members of organizing committee of this seminar uh, from the teachers side, Dr. L. Mirana Devi. Dr. L. Mirana Devi is here. Please stand up. Thank you, ma'am, for being part of it. And not only that, please come. I think one by one I'll call and just felicitate. Professor Lama, sir. Yeah, Aishman. Okay, sequence is here or there? You have a sequence. You have a sequence. Okay, so I'll pick a sequence. Fine. So let's bring salt and certificates. सर आ जाइए इधर आ जाइए कम दिस साइड हाँ ठीक है I'll just call. Okay, so members of the organizing committee from the teachers, Madam Miss Seema Chaudhary, please come in on the stage. Sol. Yeah, sir, Sol उनको उड़ा दीजिए. That is the way to honor. Thank you. Now we have another Mirana. Mirana, come. She is from Manipur. So we have an artist representation in faculty students also. She is from Manipur. Thank you. Okay, now the Kalyani, please come on the stage. Both as a member of organizing committee and as a anchor, she has played a wonderful role. Okay, so another member, Shempang from Meghalaya. He is another faculty member of commerce.
स्टूडेंट्स की सीक्वेंस ये है.
ठीक. इसका कैंपेन ये जो हमारा कमाई
को नहीं दे, उसको पहले हो गया.
दे सर्टिफिकेट तो दो. Kamai, take your certificate since you already got us all. Yeah. Kamai is from Manipur, sir.
Yeah, the certificate is right there.
Thank you. Now, Sonam Singh. Miss Sonam Singh, please come in.
Dr. Sonam
Dr. Sonam, sorry.
from the Department of Commerce.
From the Department of Commerce. Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Commerce is a dominating subject, sir. Bhagat Singh College. And Dr. Nidhi Gupta, please come in on the stage from the Department of Environmental Studies, right? Yeah, this is a new department which has come in the Delhi University now. Environmental Studies. This is a compulsory paper. Now the students have to learn. ये क्या नाम है?
ये कुछ और है. That's it.
Okay, now
Now
this.
students.
Thank you. Now, so one more part you have to give it to students, our certificate student volunteers. Yeah, Tamanna Sharma. Where is Tamanna?
There.
Please come in. They have worked hard, so please. Okay, Swati Kumari. Swati is inside. Okay, that's there. नीचे बैठ जाओ आप लोग सबकी ग्रुप फोटो भी कर लेंगे
वो एंड में कर
यशिका शर्मा यशिका अविनाश कुमार गेट रेडी
यशिका उधर सर से
अदिति दहयानी अदिति तिवारी both Aditi Tiwari and Aditi Dayani, please come in.
Please come quickly. Please cheer for your friends.
Please clap. Sachin Kumar and Prakhand Rajgupta.
प्रकांड इधर आ जाएं और सचिन सर के पास
Yeah. Renu and Ayush Sharma. Renu and Ayush Sharma.
and Ayush Sharma is with you. Ayush, come here.
Pooja Kumari and Bittu. Pooja Kumari and Bittu. Swati Rajput, Smriti Rajput and Shahil Kumar. Okay, Ankit Kumar Gautam and Satvik Chaudhary. And Khushi Saini also come. Khushi Saini, come on the stage. They are coming. Give us Sakri. And let me tell you, all those who are present and came for the seminar, my student, ex-student, they all will get certificate, but after some time. So right now, Thank you very much. Every participant will get the certificate, right? So wait for a while. Please sit down. And now we formally come to an end of the seminar, the last session, valedictory session, and then let us move towards the tea. Where tea is waiting for us, I hope. Huh? Okay. Let's wait for a national anthem. Let's just ask him. Let's wait for the national anthem. Let it play.
As the national anthem is being set, just hang on, Shubham. I would like to invite Himanshu and Madhuri for a special item on the list. So these are sir's former students who want to present him a token of their love and appreciation. Professor Jain, please join your students. Please give Professor Jain a huge round of applause. His students have brought a little item to express their appreciation and love. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. After this enriching, wonderful session, I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank Dr. S.K. Jain, my teacher, my professor, my guide. You know, it was a wonderful journey. And thank you, sir, for all the journey that you had after 2013 and before that also, because I passed out in 2013. So have a wonderful journey ahead. Next chapter of your life, it's gonna be the best, new ending. So all the best for that. And thank you once again, everybody. Let's just cheer for Mr. S.K. Jain.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Himanshu. I'm 2015 batch pass out. And first of all, sir, right now I'm practicing before the Honorable Supreme Court of India under the mentorship of former Chief Justice of India, Sri K.G. Balakrishnan. And he is a chairman of the National Commission right now. So I'm also assisting in National Commission also. I have some sweet memories. I used to disturb classes a lot when sir was my teacher. I hardly make it happen to class go smoothly. I'm sorry also, and I'm very much thankful to you, sir. The year in which I got the admission in college, it was 2012, and sir was the HOD then. And in 2015, I passed out, and I'm thankful to each and every person of this college, from the teaching faculty and non-teaching faculty also. My father used to say that the classroom is not only the place where you learn a lot, it is also the four walls of the college and the institution that also teaches you a lot. So I'm thankful to each and everyone, especially this college. This college has given me a lot. And sir, thank you so much. And I'm wishing you very best for the beginning of the new chapter of your life, because I think life is like a book. We keep add on chapters in it. And I think you did your best job, sir, in giving us the education. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, everyone.
Now the national anthem, please.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Okay, now let's move out where we had dinner, lunch. So we're going to have tea out there. Please, everybody should join for the tea and snacks. Thank you.
Sir, Jan, sir.